Mr. Excel podcast is sponsored by Easy Excel. Learn Excel from Mr. Excel, episode 1390, max minus min in a pivot. Well, hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel netcast. This question came in from Kelly. It was actually my article on CFO.com a few weeks ago, and Kelly was trying to create a pivot table that would show the min and max for each product, which is simple enough in a pivot table, but then she wanted to show the range between the min and the max. And let's do that real quick here. I'll choose product. I'll take price and drag it to values twice. This first one we're going to change to a min, so we go into field settings, choose min, I'll call it min price. Click OK. This one, field settings, we'll choose max. Call it max price. Okay, then in the pivot table, Kelly wants to figure out what the range is, the max minus the min. And if we go out to calculations, fields, items, and sets, calculated field, and create something called range, which is equal max of price minus min of price. Click add, click OK. You see the range is 0 everywhere. All right, and unfortunately what's happening here is Excel is treating this on a row by row basis. So they're adding in essence, adding a calculation of memory called range equal max of this number minus the min of that number. Well, of course, that's going to be 0 all the way down, right? I mean, there's going to be nothing other than zeros there. So that's just not working. It's been one of these classic things that pivot tables cannot do. Now, there's a new product for Excel 2010 called Power Pivot. Power Pivot has 6 amazing things that it can do, and one of those is use the DAX language to write calculated fields that are better than anything we've ever had in regular pivot tables. Okay, now Power Pivot is free. If you have Excel 2010, just go out to powerpivot.com. I'm going to take this data. We're going to run through. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a table out of this. Control-T, click OK, and then on the Power Pivot tab, I'm going to say create a linked table. So now we're actually in the Power Pivot window with that data. That's all I have to do in Power Pivot. I now click Pivot Table, and we're back in Excel with a Power Pivot field list. So we'll choose Product. All right, and now I'm going to do 3 calculated fields. I'm going to do the min price, the max price, and then the range. In Power Pivot, a calculated field isn't called a calculated field, it's called a measure. So we're going to click New Measure. And let's see, our table is Table 1. There's only one table here. Power Pivot allows you to do multiple tables, but in this case it's easy. We'll call it min P, and that is going to be equal to min, not just min X. Min X says the minimum of an expression. All right, and now I need to use the right nomenclature here, but luckily I don't have to remember. I'm just going to type a T, and we're going to get table price. Just double click there. All right, so the min X of table 1 price. Oh wait, nope, did that wrong. First we have to say which table we're going against. We're going against table 1, comma, and then the expression. Yeah, it's all new here. All right, click OK. Now admittedly that was a lot harder than just choosing price and then minimum and renaming it. Let's do that again. Now this time we're going to call it max P. So equal max, again, the X to say it's an expression. Table 1 price. Click OK. All right, so now we have 2 measures. We're going to add one more measure. This is the cool thing. We're going to call this range. A measure in Power Pivot is allowed to refer to other measures. So we're going to say equal max P minus, actually, we have to specify the table. So table max P minus table min P. All right, there's our formula. I can check the formula. See that there's no errors in the formula. Great. Click OK. And now, actually, in the pivot table, we have a range. So 28 minus 18 is a range of 10. All right, Power Pivot does amazing things. 100 million records, joining 2 tables together without VLOOKUP. But in this particular case, it solved this problem that Kelly had. So very, very cool trick. All right, well, want to thank Kelly for sending that question in. I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast. Hey, by the way, Power Pivot for the Excel data analyst. If you are interested in Power Pivot, right there, that's my best-selling book on Power Pivot. Check that one out. It doesn't cover the server version of Power Pivot. It's just, well, hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.